One. Welcome back to Nerds in the Gym. I'm Marco.
I'm Brandon.
Today's February 21st, 2024. We're back in person for the first time in like 4 months, 5 months.
First podcast this month, huh?
First podcast this month. Did we even have one last month? Yeah, we had a couple.
No, we got a good run last month, but someone has obligations on the weekends.
I had a couple obligations. Hey, it was Valentine's week, month.
Watch out, ladies. When you date this guy, you don't get one day, you get a week.
Oh, you think Valentine's Day is crazy? Wait until birthdays.
Birthdays?
It's birth months, ladies.
Gross. That's just too much celebration.
It is. So what
You know what's
been-
funny, Marco?
What?
I try not to celebrate my birthday. So the idea that people actively celebrate it for a month.
Well, I don't like celebrating my birthday because it's just like, oh, I'm closer to death.
I just don't like unneeded attention because then it becomes work for me.
That too.
Happy birthday.
Well, luckily,
Thank you.
Luckily at work though, they're just celebrating all the birthdays at once in a month. They're not doing separate birthday.
Oh, we haven't talked about this yet. This is literally an episode of The Office. Do you remember that? This was literally Jim being co-manager deciding to do a birthday month.
Yep.
And also, first month in you have Trent on it. Do not put Trent in a group. Do not.
So the best part, who became co-manager that this became a thing?
I don't know. I'm excited though.
We don't know what happened in our company to make that change. But
Also, I don't know how many other people do it. I email HR and tell them not to put my birthday email out
oh,
every
do you
year.
really? Well, you want to know what's even funnier about it? Is the first month they do it, our own CEO is in that birth month.
I mean, it's a power move, Marco.
I guess you're right. It could be a power move.
I do like how you keep saying R, as if we...
We're pirates. Because have you heard the new game Skull and Bones or something that came out by Ubisoft?
No, what system's on?
It's on Xbox, I think, and PlayStation and PC. It was labeled as the first quadruple A studio game ever, and it is terrible. People say it doesn't even do what Ubisoft was able to do in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which came out 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
Mm-hmm.
It might have come out longer than that.
Maybe 2013, so 11.
But still, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bummer, because I would like a nice pirate game.
You would. There is one on Xbox. It's called Sea of Thieves. It's an Xbox exclusive.
Is it good?
I hear it's really good. But with that being said, some Xbox exclusives are going to PlayStation 5, and Sea of Thieves is one of them.
Yeah, I don't have a PlayStation, though, so can I still play it on Xbox?
No, you can still play on Xbox. It's just they're releasing it on PS5 as well.
How old is it?
Like 4 years old maybe now?
How much is it going to cost me? Go ahead, pull it up on the big board that we have now that the people at home can't see.
Sea of Thieves, what is the price? It may only be like 40. I could be wrong.
I don't know.
How do I find just the price for a video game these days?
Just scroll up. Scroll
Buy
up.
now.
Oh, you want me to buy it right from Sea of Thieves?
No, like
Okay,
oh
give me
well,
a
if
Target.
you have Game Pass, you get it for free. I'm pretty sure.
I don't. Give
All
me
right,
a price.
you tell. Okay.
Target? Does Target have Sea of Thieves, or do I have to download it somewhere?
Oh look, you can get it for like $22 off CD Keys.
What is CD keys?
I don't know.
How come I've never heard of any of these stores?
GameStop $40. So if
40?
you buy, that's cheaper than games these days. Games are 70, brand new.
Yeah, but I don't know if I like this game or not. Can you buy it? You got more expendable income than I do.
I don't have an Xbox.
You buy the game, I'll bring my Xbox over.
Deal. Wait, I didn't even check though. Oh, it is on the Xbox One. I do have an Xbox One. I was thinking the brand new Xbox, the Series
Oh,
X.
yeah. Okay, there we go. We're working.
Yeah.
So go ahead and I'll pause the podcast for a second and you go ahead and set that
You
up.
want me to go download it right now?
Right now, and then I'll monologue. I got a lot of dark thoughts brewing in my head.
Don't we all?
What are we calling this podcast studio?
Mother's Basement.
Marco's F shit. No? Okay.
Did you say F or?
Oh, I was gonna say F Shack, and then I realized what you were saying, and I was like, yeah, he's more wholesome.
Well, this is family friendly.
Yeah, just don't put a black light down here. Do not.
My bedroom is right in front of us.
But also, this desk right here, couch is over there. Who knows what goes on in that pantry?
The computer's normally on that desk.
All I know is I saw a belt hanging from the rafters when I came down here.
It's the browser doesn't have a filter on it either.
Marco's mom took off the kid settings on his internet this year, and it's been a pretty big year for Marco. Learned a lot about the war in the Middle East.
Did you hear about the Palestine stuff? Palestine.
This isn't where we're going, Marco. This never ends well.
Okay, well, let's get to the war that's happening in the multiverse within the Avengers.
These... The idea that you somehow taught yourself segues is just a skill I never thought I'd live to see.
And now you're witnessing it in like live action.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. But we do have a lot of Avengers news, or I guess Marvel news in general. Like, we haven't even talked since the Deadpool 3 trailer came out.
Yeah,
Deadpool and Wolverine. Actually, let's go to that. What are your thoughts on that trailer?
So the first one that they released for the Super Bowl
The 30-second one?
was sad.
Yeah.
But then you watch the full-length one, and it's just awesome. It's
So
just...
I just saw the 30-second one after the full-length one.
Oh, okay.
So I saw that full-length one. I was like, there's no way they showed this during the Super Bowl, like during a commercial break, because that's like really long. That would be the entire commercial break. So then I ended up seeing the TV spot during it. But that trailer, one, it didn't tell you too much about the story.
Nope. Just that he's going to break the third wall with the Disney CEO.
Fourth wall.
Oh.
But let me tell you, that like opening shot, or not even, but when he goes, "Oh, you think I'm new to pegging, friendo?" He goes, "I'm not, but Disney is." But like, and then looking deadpan at the camera. Oh man, that was great. The fact that they just introduced Deadpool into not just the MCU, but Disney, Marvel in general by nailing Disney right away. Great.
It's gonna break some numbers.
Also, they already dropped the F-bomb in the first trailer.
Oh, it's crazy. For a Disney movie?
Which it took them how many years? Like 13? No, like 15 years up until Guardians 3 when they had the first F-bomb. Now they just put it in a trailer.
Seal's broken. They can do whatever they want.
They broke the seal. But yeah, no, that is probably my most anticipated movie of this year, which I know is an insane statement when Dune 2, I think, is coming out this week.
Yeah, I guess. I thought it was coming out March, first week of March.
Maybe first week of March. Yeah, first week of March is...
But I mean, that is
Oh,
saying
no,
a
that's
lot
next week.
from two people that didn't see the first Dune yet, so we should probably get on that.
I heard about the hype, so I can be hyped. Hype is contagious. It's like the stomach bug.
Did you catch it?
Once one person gets it, you all start getting it. I'm not going to throw up on you. Not today.
I mean,
at
could
least.
be.
So yeah. Do you want to elaborate or no?
On Dune 2? No, I haven't seen the first one yet.
Yeah, same.
I might have to read the book first before I see it.
I'm gonna have to watch it this weekend or next weekend. The first one. I wanted to watch them as close together as possible. Wow, my hairline's getting really bad. You see that?
Yeah. It's the men in your family's curse.
It just gets significantly worse every time.
You have the hairline of someone that's lived a lot more. Like, you have the hairline of a divorced 40-year-old man.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks great.
How long till you go bald?
Oh, probably like a couple years.
You think in 3 years you're just going to start shaving your head?
It may come sooner than that.
I'm just...
Because I'm starting to get, like, Megamind from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs? I'm starting to
do.
get that thing going on right there. My head's starting to look like his.
Before you shave it, could you do a mohawk?
Yeah.
I think you just do a mohawk for a couple days at work and then make them put no... make them put no mohawks in the dress code and then get rid of it.
I should get a mohawk. Can I put, like, black, like, eyeliner and stuff on, too? Get some eyeshadow.
Go through your emo phase like a decade too late. No one understands me.
I should get really upset when they give me a ticket and be like, nobody understands me. I don't know why I have to do this. I don't know what it's like being a 23-year-old man in this day and age.
Drop a "You're not my real dad" next time someone gives you a ticket. You're not my real dad. All right, what else we got for Marvel news?
So it seems like they're still struggling because they don't have the characters they want to carry their universe forward after Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans exited. Like
Yeah.
they don't have those two.
You think? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You think? That is just hubris on Disney's part, where they're just like, yeah, anybody can put on a costume and lead this thing.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Sony owns your only character people care about.
Yeah, and that's true. I'm surprised though that they didn't try making Doctor Strange a more pivotal character.
Pivotal?
Oh no, I a more important character.
I think the problem is with Benedict Cumberbatch is his contract was weird. I thought his went like movie to movie.
Oh,
So
it does.
I don't know for sure. I think after Strange 1, Strange 2 wasn't in his contract, so I think it's just one-offs.
But I think also another big problem was Chadwick Boseman passing away. I think he was going to be the more like Iron Man.
I heard that he was going to be a center part of the new Avengers.
Yeah.
But they're also trying every movie, they're trying to give them a sidekick that we care about, that no one cares about.
Yep.
Like Doctor Strange gets a sidekick, and then the Marvel movie gets a sidekick, which is fine. You can have sidekicks, but don't expect them to take over the reins.
Yeah.
You know what they really should be doing? They should really get Don Cheadle involved yesterday.
Yeah.
Don Cheadle can carry movies on his own. People love the character. He's got the Iron Man suit. Let Don Cheadle cook. Like,
I did hear they're open to bringing Hawkeye back because Jeremy Renner said that he wants to come back now that he's fully healed.
right. I mean, he didn't die or anything.
No.
But also, like, you got rid of Black Widow. You got rid of the original Avengers that people loved, and then you're confused that, like, oh, people don't want to watch Tier 2.
And it seems like Thor only has one movie left and then he's done.
They've been saying that since Thor 2. So,
No, it sounds like this one there really is the end. They're making the fifth Thor movie and that's it.
back up the money truck.
Well,
But
I mean,
also, here's the thing. Thor's daughter's too young to carry her own movie.
yeah. Unless they do a time jump.
Back up the money truck, Marco. Back it up right now. Give Chris Hemsworth just blank checks. Let him fill in the numbers, because we are running out of time.
Isn't the big thing with Disney right now is they're trying not to spend a lot of money?
Right. Except they're still hiking the prices of everything.
Yeah.
So my thing is just like with Chris Hemsworth. Do we know how old he is?
I think he's like near 40.
I think he's past 40. I thought he was. I'm trying to think. I guess getting in that crazy shape is taking its
Steroids?
toll. Well, it's just tough.
Yeah.
I like
40.
it. He's 40. Mm-hmm. But I think he could do this for another 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Look at his movies. He does Extraction movies and then he does Thor movies.
Yeah.
Sign him to whatever money he
Hey,
wants.
maybe he's ready to do something else for once.
But also, well, the problem is with that. Let him do something else. Do it under the Disney umbrella. I
Yeah.
don't understand why. Those blue eyes are piercing. I don't understand why Disney doesn't go, all right, here, sign up for 5 movies with us, and then do 3 of them not Marvel movies.
Yeah.
You're telling me he couldn't make Extraction for Disney Plus? Or to theaters?
He could.
He's supposed to do a Hulk Hogan movie for the last 5 years that keeps getting stalled out.
Oh, really? I didn't know
You're
about
telling me
that.
Disney doesn't have enough money to do a Hulk Hogan movie?
I did not know that.
Oh yeah, I've been keeping track of it. So yeah, so that's my problem. But I keep hearing Chris Hemsworth rumored to come back
To
MCU.
yeah, so they're making Thor 5. It has to do with who was it? Hercules.
Sorry,
at the
Chris
end?
Evans.
Oh, Chris. Yeah,
so
I
it would
keep
be
hearing
Hercules.
that one too.
Chris Evans could come back. Well, yeah, because he's an indie star who gets bored and wants to do these movies. So stop killing everyone, and stop writing them off, and just let them go off.
To be fair, Chris Evans, Captain America, they left it open to where he could come back.
Right.
But we did finally get the reveal for Fantastic Four.
It was too late at night for me to text you. I was irate.
I thought it was stupid.
Stop putting. Again, he's a great actor, but how is every movie starring Pedro Pascal?
My biggest problem with it is I thought there were so many better people for the role. No offense to Pedro Pascal. Love Pedro Pascal. Think
Great
he's
actor.
great in what he's been doing. I would like to have seen John Krasinski instead, which I know we got him. But I guess they didn't want to move forward with that. Also, this Fantastic Four is based off of the 60s.
I heard that. I was just going to say, did you hear the same thing?
Yeah.
Which is when they were first introduced.
Yes.
Which means, unless they come up with either a time jump or a reason they age slower,
Yeah.
they're going to be on their own solo adventures, which
Yeah.
I'm good with.
Which I'm fine with that too, because I think one of the biggest issues with the MCU these days is they try catapulting people like straight into whatever the Avengers stuff is.
Yeah.
Um,
So if you want to do separate stories of the 60s, do it up. And at the end of Fantastic Four 5, you go, oh my gosh, we have a kid, and then that kid shows up 20 years in the future. Do it
so
up.
here's the problem: are they just going to like time travel them? Because I feel like they're going to try to put them in like Secret Wars or whatever the Avengers movies are.
Oh, they will.
So are we just going to randomly have like these characters from the 60s get thrown in to modern time?
Could be. I'd almost rather them have 5 different franchises take place in the 60s, and then them figure out their own pre-Avengers Avengers.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you want to pull up the other actors in it,
For Fantastic Four.
besides Pedro Pascal?
So the weird thing is I did not really recognize these names, which is maybe bad, but
Did you hear that Bernard the Elf wanted to be... How do you not know how to use Google? Put Fantastic Four casting.
oh
You put it in there right there.
yeah.
There we go.
So Joseph Quinn, Vanessa Kirby, Eben Moss Bachrach. I don't know.
I don't know them. That's what I was hoping.
I don't
you
know
could
them.
tell.
So they're relying on Pedro Pascal to carry this movie.
So in that sense, it makes sense why. But also, like, I don't know. I feel like we saw like a '60s superhero movie. Wasn't that Wonder Woman? Was that the '60s? The second one.
Wonder Woman, but then no, the Marvels wasn't in that time period.
No, the first Captain Marvel was like the '90s. I thought.
Oh,
And then-
90s, that's what it was.
And this new one I didn't see.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind the time period. I just don't know. I just don't care for the casting.
Sorry, you know Bernard Elf wanted to be the Thing, clobbering time.
Did he really? That's hilarious.
And then now that they cast this other guy, he's like, I'll find a different character. So good for Bernard the Elf.
Hey, at least he's got his spirits up.
Hey, at least maybe show up for season 3. Do Disney a favor.
That too.
I don't know why Bernard the Elf is all over my timeline. Did you hear the story he told?
Was this about the like Christmas parade thing?
He was a teenager, just got done playing Bernard the Elf in Santa Claus 2.
Mm-hmm.
Gets really high, goes to Disney World with his dealer, and then ends up like freaking out because they wanted him to wear the Bernard the Elf outfit. Refuses to ride in a float with Hilary Duff, and then like makes an enemy out of Hilary Duff, who was like the it girl in Disney. Just the most ridiculous story. They're like,
man.
oh, we're gonna hook you guys up. Who do you want to bring in? So he brought his dealer.
I love that. And he was only a teenager at this point?
I think he was early 20s. You'd have to
Okay.
quote it, but it was just a funny story out of nowhere.
That is.
It wasn't even like Christmas season, and they were just like, hey, how's your day going? He's like, did I ever tell you?
That's hilarious. What a guy. I love that.
Ridiculous.
And going back to Avengers really quick, the next one is no longer going to be called the King or Kong Dynasty.
Okay.
The King Dynasty. But apparently, before Jonathan Majors was even fired, they were making moves away from that.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, were they making the moves before all the stuff came out, or did they start making it once they were like, oh, we're going to probably have to fire him?
It's tough to say because every movie seemed to have him involved. I
Yeah.
just don't know if people were reacting. Did you hear who supposedly they're going to recast Kang?
No. With who? Oh, I saw there was a guy interested in the role that people were like really interested in.
Let me look it up real quick because I should have sent.
So, but what I did see is after it was specifically after Ant-Man Quantumanium.
Yeah.
that's when they started looking into moving away from King Dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
But were the articles out yet about his?
I don't know. Sorry, I don't have service down here.
Oh yeah,
We are in a basement that is pretty much a
Netgear 76.
which one? The top one?
Yeah, take the top one.
Sorry, worst podcast of all time.
Don't worry, sharing is caring.
I'm just like, oh, that's right. We're in a bunker.
There you go.
My family's probably worried about me.
You're good. You're
Thank
connected.
you.
So, but I can't remember when that information came out. So, I can't remember if it was, if Quantumanium is the actual reason why, or if it was like a combination of the two. You got to think that it's a combination of the two. That was the guy, I think.
Coleman Domingo.
Mm-hmm.
Movies and TV shows. Color Purple, Fear of the Walking Dead, Euphoria. I know him from something. I can't. Looks like he's been in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
They said he was the top cast.
Yeah, that, and I think he said he was interested in it. He is way older though than the other guy.
My thing is just like, okay, that's one way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Or when you go to the recast, you just do something completely opposite. Give it to a child actor.
Oh my god, remember how in Temple of Doom when they pretty much had the kid as the main villain in a way?
Yep.
They should do that but with King.
Just make it, even go ridiculous. Go 6 years old. Get like triplets so they can all work like an 8-hour day combined. And then just force these Hollywood top actors to act with a 6-year-old.
We should get the final battle, that final sword battle from the Santa Claus, but in Marvel.
Get Macaulay Culkin's return to the screen as Kang. Back up the money truck.
Can we do that? But can we get Home Alone Macaulay Culkin CGI'd into there too?
Instead of that, can we do Jonathan Taylor Thomas, who is kind of like Macaulay Culkin? He was on Home Improvement.
Oh, I vaguely remember now.
Not the one that keeps getting DUIs. The middle brother.
Okay. Yep, I vaguely remember.
Can we get Al Borland as Kang?
I don't know who that is.
From Tim the Toolman Taylor. Al.
Don't know.
You never saw Tool Time?
No.
But you know who Jonathan Taylor Thomas is.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on.
Today, big news came out. I kind of already talked to you about this before the show. The classic Star Wars Battlefront games are re-releasing on March 14th for the PlayStation 5, Xboxes, and Nintendo Switch. So this is Star Wars Battlefront 1 from 2004 and 2005. These are absolute classics.
1 and 2 are great. 2 was really short, if I remember correctly, but 1 was really good.
Well, it's not just that. They have the multiplayer component, too.
I mean, it was literally just capture the flag with Star Wars. Like,
Well, what it was is it was pretty much just the Battlefield games, but with Star Wars thrown on it, and then you had the hero element and everything.
this was before live gaming, right? There was no live
No, this was
online.
no, this was
There was online?
This was the very beginning stages of online, so it wasn't hashed out. But now with them coming back out and re-releasing, there's going to be full 32v32 online multiplayer.
I might have to make some time and come over.
So I'm actually going to be getting these when they come out in a couple weeks because
You got 2 controllers?
yeah,
All right.
we'll do it.
I will bring your count way down. It's going to be embarrassing for your guest account, but
But I'm because this was like one of the first shooter games I ever played. Because I used to play it with Joe all the time. Joe would get mad because I would follow him around the map, so he'd start team killing me.
love that guy.
Staying in the Star Wars news, The Mandalorian and Grogu reportedly has an estimated $120 million budget. This is lower than what they spent with one season of the series.
Well, duh. Why would they think it was going to be more expensive to do a 90-minute movie than they would do for 8 hours of TV for the same product. Disney's killing me. Disney is killing me with this stuff.
I don't think we've actually talked since it got. Did we talk when? No, we talked
We
about
talked
this.
when it got released, but now the whole thing is, does Pedro Pascal have enough time to do The Mandalorian and Fantastic Four? He just has to go to a booth near his house and do the voice.
That's literally all he has to do. They just send him the equipment, and then he just has to read into it, and that's it.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. $120 million budget. As I don't care what the budget is, just make it good. That's all I care about.
That's all that really matters.
There's too many times nowadays where, like, how many movies in this past year did we see $200 to $300 million budgets, and they just bombed at the box office?
So, is this movie taking place like we're not getting another Boba Fett, we're not getting another Mandalorian, this is it?
So there is supposedly talks to still make Mandalorian season 4 after.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting Ahsoka season 2. Boba Fett is unsure, but they're still making the movie with Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Okay.
So this is all going to come together for that movie.
Makes sense.
Let's just hope Disney actually has this planned out. I trust that they do with Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau taking lead on this whole thing.
Well, now I'm confused. Because this next thing on the board, Disney has reportedly signed a deal with Sony to take over all of Disney's physical media production going forward.
Yes.
Which isn't a lot anymore. Right?
No.
There's not a lot. Physical media, it's okay. So you got your steelbooks. Some people still buy DVDs. Okay. Can you just give Disney Spider-Man? Can we take all the DVDs you want?
So that's what I was talking to Trent about this earlier. I was like, I have a sneaky suspicion this is Disney's way of them trying to get Sony to just send them over Spider-Man. And it's
Right.
like, hey, take control of all of our physical media. We get Spider-Man.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if that's actually gonna happen.
But also, you want to get right into this? Because I didn't see this. Did you see this?
The movie?
Yeah.
No.
So,
I hear it's awful, and I've seen clips from it.
I didn't even bother to do that, where it's just like, it tanked. We called it Madam Web tanked.
Madam Web was awful from everything I've heard. Trent told me, he said it is a terrible movie, but in the best way possible. He's like, it's actually enjoyable because of how bad it is.
It's crazy.
But yeah, no. So a major theatrical chain insider, whatever that long title even is, says they could see Madam Web advanced purchase sales declining in real time as buyers were refunding their tickets on opening night.
Which, does that mean the studio bought tickets and then started refunding them so it looked like they had more pre-sales? Or...
I think people were actually... Because before the movie released in theaters, like the day or two before, it had already had like a 30% on or like 20% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, we knew weeks going in when they stopped like promoting it, it wasn't going to do well.
Well, the best part is watching the actresses promote it. They clearly did not know what happened in that movie. They literally just took a
didn't care.
paycheck and made the movie.
I just don't understand. And now, like the article I read, Sony goes, after Madam Web, they're going to roll back these movies. It's like, well, too late. You already made Craven.
The Sony universe, the Spider-Man universe, has been a complete disaster. That is known. But the best part about it is I think they're going to keep going with it. I think they're going to keep trying to make more.
Sorry, bud. I got to take this real quick.
Yep, you're good. So, I don't know. It seems like they're going to keep trying to make things. And it's so funny because this leads into our next topic.
Yeah.
So Kevin Feige is reportedly spread too thin, and cannot work on Spider-Man 4 fast enough to release it in 2025. But Sony still wants the movie to release in 2025. Kevin Feige's trying to get the movie pushed to 2026 and allow him to have more control.
Okay.
Sony's trying to get more of their hands on it, release it in 2025. But
Sony shouldn't be allowed to make movies, period.
But this is what people are predicting. They're like, if Sony gets their way and it starts releasing in 2025, we're getting another multiverse Spider-Man movie.
Because that's what they want.
Because that's what they want.
And Feige wants it more simplified.
He wants it more like a street Spidey. against Kingpin and stuff. So if Kevin Feige gets his way and it releases in 2026, we're getting the street war type thing. So this is going to be very interesting to see how it plays out, because there is a bigger battle going on between Sony and Disney. And honestly, if Disney wins this battle, not just Spider-Man, but the MCU may be screwed.
If Disney wins?
No,
if Disney loses,
if
gotcha.
Disney loses and Sony wins this battle here.
Agreed, because if Spider-Man tanks, Deadpool can't carry 20 movies on his back.
No.
Deadpool is good for, like, you want one every 2 to 3 years, and it's been longer than that since the last
This is
one.
the last Deadpool, though.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
You
that's
back
right.
up that money truck.
I don't know. It may be harder to keep getting Ryan Reynolds back for it. But, yeah. With that being said, there is a character that Marvel's trying to bring back.
Which is?
Star-Lord. Chris Pratt is set to reprise his role as Star-Lord, and they're looking for the right person to helm the project. It's called Legendary Star-Lord so far. Is what
So
the
we
project-
kind of knew that, because at the end, remember Batista said he's done. Zoe said she's done.
Yep.
Bradley Cooper didn't say anything, and then Chris Pratt never said he was done, and they
Well-
kind of left it open on Earth.
Well, didn't they say Star-Lord will return at the end of the third movie, too?
I think so. So that makes sense, but also, like, it's not going to do Guardians numbers. It will do, like, Ant-Man 1 numbers. It's not going to do Guardians numbers.
No.
Unless they put Rocket in it. If they give you Star-Lord and Rocket, then it will do those type of numbers.
Can they do something for within Marvel? Can they? Okay, this is a long shot. Let's get Dave Bautista to rejoin the WWE. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. The Rock goes and takes over as Dave Bautista's character in the Guardian series, and then that creates the beef between him and The Rock on WWE, and then they get a big fight.
It's possible. Anything's possible. But I think The Rock is literally doing WWE at this point to, like, revamp. I don't want to say revamp his image. His movies just aren't doing as well.
No, yeah.
So
Yeah, because he's full in on WWE right now, isn't he?
he's still part-time, but he's doing really well. He's going to do a lot, and WrestleMania's at the end of April.
Is
So he's doing wrestling from now, 2 weeks ago, until April.
Does he have the fight against Roman Reigns, or like didn't something happen with that?
So it was a troll job by the WWE.
Okay.
So there's this guy called Cody Rhodes who has been trying to get the title from Roman Reigns for 2 years.
Yep.
So he wins his chance to go face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania for the second time for a chance to win the title.
Okay.
And it's the title. He's a second or third generation superstar, meaning his dad was a wrestler. His dad never got the WWE title. So this is Cody's way of, third generation because his brother's in there. So Cody's way of quote unquote finishing his story.
Okay.
So what WWE is, they brought in The Rock. Mm-hmm. The Rock said he was going to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Internet blows up. A week of people mad at The Rock. A week of people mad at the world.
I saw that.
WWE. So what happens is WWE writes it that no, Cody gets to go to WrestleMania. So now The Rock sides with Roman Reigns. So now it's the Roman Reigns and The Rock versus Cody Rhodes for the next 2 months until WrestleMania. And
Does Cody Rhodes have a partner?
so it's not a tag team match. It's just more or less like Cody Rhodes versus the world.
Okay.
And now they're slowly building other members to go up against The Rock and Roman Reigns.
Can I get on this team? Like, can they put me on the face there and I can back up Cody Rhodes?
You could try.
I could shave off my head, and this is when I start my alternate WWE ego.
But what old school WWE guys are excited for, it's called heel or babyface. Babyface are the good guys, heels are the bad guys. So
Okay.
The Rock came out as heel.
Okay.
And heel Rock had a really good run right before he left and right after he left WWE the first time in the early 2000s.
Okay.
So he comes out and just tells the crowd to shove it and all this other funny stuff.
Yeah, I remember he said something about wipe that herpes off your lips or something
That
recently.
was last Friday.
Yeah. Yeah, he really went for it.
I'll have to see if I can get a shorter version of it, but he's putting on these 15-minute promos that are just amazing. That I'm
Well,
watching.
I see he's out there. Like, I go on Twitter and they're like, here's the full thing. And I look at the clip. I'm like, it's 10 minutes. I don't have time to sit down and listen to him shout into a microphone for 10 minutes.
Honestly, but throw it on your way to work because it's worth it. It's just so.
That's actually a great idea.
It's so clever.
It's like a
And it's
podcast.
so unique. But they wrote McAfee into it because so right after they trolled everyone and said it was Rock Roman Reigns, they announced promos, they put ticket sales went up, things like that. So after that, he goes on McAfee and goes after Cody Rhodes and
my
Cody
God.
Rhodes' fans, and it's just hilarious.
Are we going to get McAfee at WrestleMania?
We might.
Oh, yes.
You never know.
I'll watch it.
All right, the second you say wrestling, I just go off the thinking.
Well, because you pay attention to it. I just see the stuff on Twitter.
Well, it's one of those things when wrestling gets big enough, it sneaks. It sneaks into the mainstream, and that's when it gets really fun because people that know Rock from Moana are like, the guy from Moana is doing what?
They're making a second one.
They're making a second one and a live action first one. Rock is just raking in the money.
Is he actually going to be in the live action one?
That's what I heard.
Oh my God. I could see that getting really confusing for people.
I think that's what Disney used to be afraid of, but now they're just like, you know what?
They're like, money.
But also, Rock's turning 60 this year.
60?
I think he's turning 60.
No. There's no way he's that old, is he?
I wish you would just put age after your
51.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did I think he was turning 60?
Now, who is turning 60? Do we need to figure out what star is turning 60? Is it
is
Stone Cold
turning
Steve Austin?
Might be Stone Cold. Type in Stone Cold Steve Austin age. Which is crazy because those two used to feud all the time.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So Stone Cold, honestly, don't know where you pulled that one out of.
I got it right.
But because they were talking about Stone Cold Steve Austin doing another match. But he knows he's getting older, doesn't want to.
Yeah. I'm actually shocked that I got the right name on that one.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Good on you.
I know.
Either lucky guess or honestly, we're reading the same stuff. But all right, what else we got going here on?
Did you hear about the NBA's new AI system?
I did not.
So it's going to allow you to watch games in animated style films such as Spider-Verse, but apparently Chris Miller, I think he was the director for the Spider-Verse movies. He said the janky ass AI looks nothing like the handcrafted, innovative artistry of the films. As far as I know, they never reached out to us about scraping the film style, which I could kind of see that creating.
Oh, it looks bad. This looks like PlayStation 2.
Oh yeah, yeah. So you can see it. I can actually probably
NBAI,
show this up on here.
Show me.
I just don't want the audio, but. Oh no, not that. Oh, I messed up my screen. That's right. I have to set up the screen for this, but oh, I can do this, but it cuts me out. But yeah, so it's got this like terrible styling for it. It's just it looks awful.
But also, it's just like they're trying to say like, oh, the live game's gonna be this.
I guess so. So
Well, I guess Disney. So this is the problem because Disney did this with football and the Toy Story game. So now everyone's trying to different ways to watch the game.
yeah, but the problem is they at least got rights for that. Mm-hmm. They don't have the rights for like using that animation style. So I'm not sure if there's like literally a legal issue with that or what. But yeah.
It's crazy. Just a bad idea.
But I guess we're staying in the topic of Spider-Man Noir. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yep.
Nicolas Cage is reportedly in talks to star in the live-action series of it.
Well, you remember him from the first Spider-Verse movie?
Vaguely.
Spider-Man Noir? Sign me up.
Yeah.
All day.
And remember, he was just talking about how he wants to go more into TV shows as opposed to movies.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this is how he kickstart his TV show career. Going to video games quickly. So, Respawn, I'm not sure if you're familiar. So they actually made the Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor games with that terrible Cal character. Actually, you like those games, don't you?
I like the first one. Didn't play the second one.
Okay. They also Respawn is the basically made of the same studio. They had all left and went and made Respawn, the original Call of Duty makers. They also make Titanfall and the Apex Legends game. They are making an upcoming Star Wars FPS game that is a Mandalorian bounty hunter game. You will play as a Mandalorian bounty hunter set during the Galactic Civil War, so that's episodes 4 through 6. You can capture bounties dead or alive for cash rewards.
Done.
That's all that's said about it.
Sign me up.
I think I heard somewhere it's going to be more linear missions, not like open world or anything.
Which is fine.
But it's unconfirmed if there's a multiplayer component or not. But if there's a multiplayer component, that could be super fun.
Especially if you're Grogu and all you get to do is use the Force once per hour.
Hey, Grogu? Oh, wait, no, Grogu would be born at this point. That's right.
Nintendo Switch 2 will reportedly release in Q1 of 2025, then lower the price of Switch 1.
They are releasing it at a terrible time because you want to know what comes out Q1 2025?
What we got?
Grand Theft Auto 6.
That is a tough time.
Yeah. Because Grand Theft Auto 6 is literally going to take sales from any type of entertainment media at that point. But going back to Cal from those Jedi games, so the guy that actually voices him, does the motion capture, Cameron Monaghan.
He was in Shameless.
Yeah, because I know what that is. He does want to play Cal Kestis in live action, but it has to be right.
Okay.
It can't just be like, oh, he just kind of cameos. Like, it needs to have an impact.
Well, I mean, also, like, he looks like the character, talks like the character, is the character. Just let him do it.
Yeah.
And don't wait 10 years till he doesn't look like the character.
I don't know why I saved that one. Sometimes I save stuff thinking like, oh, that could be interesting, but then I realize it again. So Tom Holland did sign a contract last year with Marvel Studios to appear as Spider-Man in 6 more projects, 3 more Spider-Man movies, 2 Avengers films, and 1 unknown project. I don't know what the rest of that stuff means, but that's a ridiculous amount of movies.
It is, but also good on him. Because we've been saying he doesn't know if he wants to, and he's just trolling us knowing he wants to.
Yeah. He is good at trolling. Isn't he in some new Romeo and Juliet movie now?
I haven't heard.
I think he is. I think he made like an announcement not too long ago that he is making like a modern day Romeo and Juliet, which don't they do that like every 10 years at this point?
Something like that.
Oh wait, I could just search Romeo and Juliet. I'll take your
Oh, is it really called Romeo and Juliet? Oh, it's a play. In the West End, which is England's Broadway.
Oh.
So that just means he will be unavailable for like anywhere from 1 month to a year.
Oh, so he's doing this live.
That's a real acting.
Oh. I got this really wrong. Okay.
No wonder you can't buy tickets online.
No. All right. What?
You wanted to talk about the Hot Ones.
Did you hear about that?
I did hear about it. It makes those like Hot Ones videos like super weird to watch now.
So the Hot Ones guy, but this was all in a 24-hour span. So on Valentine's Day, it came out that he was.
Well, Super Bowl Sunday they post pictures, so that's Sunday, and by Wednesday they broke up, which was Valentine's Day.
Yeah. So it blows up on Super Bowl that him and his girlfriend, who is a porn star, adult star, were dating and everything, yada yada, gets ridiculous mainstream media. Mm-hmm. So then on Valentine's Day, he broke up with her. But apparently the legitimate reason why is because of their relationship going viral. Mm-hmm. What do you think was going to happen when they're posting these pictures? Like, is that Gordon Ramsay in the back of that photo? Like, what do they think was going to happen?
Poor Gordon. Didn't do anything wrong. I don't want to rush us. I am running short on time. We got some heavy hitters left. What are we looking like on time?
It's 5:19. We can save stuff for next time.
Yeah, sounds good because I think we're doing it this weekend. So,
All right.
Sorry to end it on an abrupt
no
call,
problem. This was a makeshift podcast out of nowhere. Next time you'll remember your computer, get the audio.
Probably not. All right, we've been Nerds in the Gym. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Marco. Adios, amigos.
Peace.